Hey everybody, it's Dispeller. I'm here with How to Heal a Broken Heart in 30 Days, a day-by-day guide to saying goodbye and getting on with your life. We are on chapter 10, day 10 actually, and this is about identity. Hope you're enjoying this little series that I'm doing. This book is really good, and it's actually kind of a refresher course for me because I've used this book many times in the past. So it's good to keep it, fresh in your mind. It's always good to reread things. You always see new things every time you read them. So, celebration of self. Fear is a prison. Whatever you fear rules you, just like a bad relationship can rule you. You always have the power and the right to rise above your fears. But you don't feel that power right now, do you? You know there's something special about you. It's that specialness that lets you connect with your ex when you first met. But somehow that part of you got buried as you struggled to find happiness in a relationship that was no longer life enhancing. There are satisfactions, excuse me, that motivate the care that maintains a happy, healthy relationship. We get companionship, support, mutual nurturing. We feed a healthy relationship from our heart with our love. We are rewarded by the return of that love. A good relationship's potential for growth is limited only by our potential for caring. But when a relationship sours, it becomes boring and tedious. Hope and care are replaced with fear. Fear of unpleasant feelings about a once beloved mate and a longing to be elsewhere, anywhere else. And of course, as a result, you feel alone. Loneliness is a terrible motivator. If you don't deal with it appropriately, it can lock you into a frozen inertia. You may get lost in your unhealthy relationship. You may forget who you are. Once you fail to recognize your own true self, you might then delude yourself into believing that being by yourself is tantamount to being nothing in a nowhere place, almost like death in miniature form. That's the worst aspect of an unhealthy relationship, the risk of forgetting who you really are. And the longer you linger in nowhere, getting and giving nothing at all, the more you forget yourself. No wonder people feel weakened, diminished, and unable to love again after an experience like that. So it stands to reason that if you learn to stand strong within your own true self, you won't require an excessively long time to heal from the wounds of a negative relationship. Standing strong, remembering who you truly are, is a process that can begin at any time. It's simply a matter of making a decision to do so. And the sooner you take this step, the sooner you can see where you are in any relationship. So, what happens if you rediscover yourself while you're within a relationship and then find that you and your mate are worlds apart? The sooner you know, the sooner you'll grow, together or apart. The feeling of emptiness that results from such a discovery is completely understandable. But once a dead relationship has been mercifully let go, why do you still feel so inconsolable? The reason may not be clear to you. In fact, you may have buried or repressed your own power for so long a time that you feel incapable of moving on without the strength and support of a lover or friend, even the lover or friend you just left behind or who left you. What a paradox. You think you require strength and support from another, even the very person you're now trying to flee. Let's say you ask for your ex's advice and counsel, thinking that you need them to feel a bit more whole. But even if you get good, sound advice, it has little value because it doesn't come from the greater wisdom within you. And until it does, until you're willing to scrape away your confusion and self-doubt, you'll fail to rediscover the full extent of your own real value. Your choices will be based upon a self-repressed sense of who you truly are and can grow to become in your life. Fix this. All you have to do is take a little time to honestly assess your own strengths and weaknesses, accept them, and celebrate all those things that make you special, unique, and yet universally human. And then rejoice in your freedom and your ability to accept responsibility for the conduct and contents of all of your life. I know that is a song, Grandma Ducky. How can you mend a broken heart? I remember that song. Do you need years to do this? Some therapists might still insist that you do. But before you accept that as gospel, try the following simple exercise. If you're able to complete it within a day or so, you've proven that you already know these important truths about yourself. It's entirely possible that you do, because even in an uncomfortable relationship, you are with yourself all of the time. The way you feel about things, the way you react to them, tells you the truth about who you really are. Work through the following exercise and begin this important step of reacquainting yourself with yourself. Think of at least 10 wonderfully special things about yourself. Start by figuring out what makes you smile. What do most people like about you? What is your kindest trait? What is your strongest trait? What is your goofiest side? What can you do that nobody else can? How do you show people you love them? For the next 10 days, think about one of these traits before you go to sleep. Before you're tempted to regress, turn your current situation into the most joyous place you can possibly create. Now, here's our little gray area tip thing that I read next. Keep in touch. It's a strange fact about being human. We need to be touched by others of our kind. For adults, the need is a subtle one we can defer at will. But the need is so urgent for new humans that infants have been consistently reported to shrivel and even die without the regular touch of another person, even if it's contact of the most uncaring kind. So what do you do when a breakup occurs? The one person you depended on for physical intimacy, for just simple touching, is now out of your life. Most Americans have never been very comfortable with casual physical contact, aside from a brief handshake or greeting. And now, political correctness may actually make this physically isolating situation worse. Many people fear that offering a person in your circumstances an uninvited touch of consolation may be misinterpreted as a predatory advance. So your sense of physical isolation may grow more pronounced as an unfortunate consequence of this climate. This untouchable isolation is what leads many people to fall into the trap of promiscuity as a consolation device, only to find that it makes their sense of emptiness more profound. Man, I can relate to that one. The problem with intimacy on the rebound doesn't lie in the search for intimacy. Usually the real problem is that a person in the early stages of grief and recovery isn't usually ready to make a meaningful and satisfying connection with anyone new for a matter of months after an important relationship ends. So you're still faced with the need for physical contact that will give you a tactile sense of your own skin and even of being valued as a person. But what can you do about this? Start by taking charge. Make it a fun game. See how many people you can touch in a day or get to touch you in a satisfying, positive way. Now, don't go anywhere weird with this, guys. We're talking about like shoulder rub, tap on the shoulder, anything like that. And remember that everyone is just like you. They need to be touched too. I hear my husband laughing over there. So in reaching out to others, I didn't write the book, okay? So in reaching out to others to obtain their touching, you'll be doing their mental health a little bit of good as well. How can you appropriately secure? I can't stop laughing because he's smirking over here. How can you appropriately secure the kind of contact you need without inviting people to take advantage of your vulnerability or accuse you of political incorrectness? Simple. Start by being honest and open about what you want and don't want with everyone. Ask for a hug from those people who you can trust to not do it inappropriately. That includes platonic friends of your own gender. Yes, it's okay for straight guys to hug each other now. Siblings and other family members, even friends and business acquaintances of the opposite gender who won't feel awkward or get out of line. If you're unsure about the degree to which you can trust someone to understand your invitation, keep the hug down to a simple cheek-to-cheek upper body arm wrap exchange. Save full body contact for those who won't think twice about what you intend. Sounds smart to me. Whenever it seems appropriate, shake hands like a gifted politician does, using both hands. Grip the other person's right hand with your right while holding his arm or shoulder with your left. Enjoy the greater sense of warmth this conveys and the closeness this small extra move can engender. We've lost the habit of doing anything more than greeting our coworkers with a nod and a smile in the morning, so try out some touching alternatives. Touch a same-gendered person of equal rank on the shoulder in greeting or as a reward for behavior you favor. And if you can afford it, or perhaps even if you can't, at least once try getting a massage from a professional masseuse. You may even be able to arrange to have one come to your office or your home, or check with your local sports center or health club to see if they offer this service to non-members or guests. A good bracing massage followed by a hot shower or steam bath can be among the most revitalizing of touching experiences. Now, I can tell you, if you want to go get a massage, you go for it. If you have a strong pain tolerance, you go get yourself a therapeutic massage, like the kind that's like deep muscle stimulation. I did that one time. Somebody paid for it. Yes, it was a donation, believe it or not, years ago. Actually, from a lady that started telling me to take donations. And I couldn't barely walk. I couldn't barely get off the massage table because it hurt so bad. It literally turns on every muscle fiber in your body, and along with it, every nerve. So yes, if you like that kind of thing and you are, a strong-minded person, strong-bodied person, can handle that intense pressure, go for it. But for me, no thank you. I'll stick to like gentle back rubs. It works for me. Or even a foot rub if you don't tickle my feet. Okay, so anyway, that's what we were talking about today. That chapter was called Identity. And we did those little questions earlier. Do that. Take one of those before you go to bed and ask yourself that question and see if you can't reconnect with your own identity and not the need of another person to affirm who you are. Anyway, anybody have any input you want to give or any insights or whatever? Let me know. I'll wait a moment. And if not, I will head off. Because I'm hydrating right now, and then I am going to go and make something to eat, I guess. Nobody. Okay. All right, Grandma Ducky, good to see you. Hope you enjoyed at least some of this. As always, by the way, if you are in here and you enjoyed this today, if you're enjoying any of my other videos or you like the channel, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Share my channel for those who you think will benefit from it. And I also want to give you guys a heads up. I have a membership now for my channel. If you are interested in joining it, I am thinking of reserving all private conversations about whatever is concerning you for the membership only place instead of talking about it in public on social media, because it is just continuing a situation nobody really wants to deal with on here. So if I can get some members together that like private discussions, and maybe you like some of my videos that I do not post in public, you join my membership and then you'll be able to have a private viewing of all those videos. And eventually we'll have some kind of perks, but I'm not really sure how all that works still. I'm happy I even finally completed the ability to have a membership. It took me a while to figure all that out. But at least now there is a private place for you to come as a member and watch things that you won't see on public YouTube, and to have private discussions that don't need to be brought into the public. All right. So that is what we're doing now. And hopefully you will join me, somebody, anybody, whatever. I don't have any members as of yet, but I'd love to have you aboard if that's something you're interested in. I know some of you in the past have voiced that you wanted to kind of support me as a creator on this channel and that you've been with me for a while. This is your chance to do that. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but if you find a place where it says membership, click on that and it'll probably give you all the details. I'll learn more and share more as I know, but I'm kind of in the dark on this. I'm very, very new at the whole membership idea, but I know it's a good idea. And I think it's helping a lot of people to grow their channels. And it's not just about growing a channel for me. It's literally about helping people that are in toxic relationships break free and cope while they're in those relationships and find a way out, and also feel validated while they're going through that. So that's always been the reason why I came on here. I didn't expect to be caught up in things that I got caught up in, but I did. So I've learned from those things, and now I have more to share with other people about what I've been through. So we go on from here. So hopefully I will see you guys around either in the membership or here on the public channel. Eventually, if I can get enough members, what I hope to do is totally do all of my live streams in the membership area only. That's what I would like to do, or maybe one live stream a week or something. So anyhow, give me your ideas down below in the comments, what you think of what I've said, either whether it's about the book or about the membership idea. Give me your tips and tricks and plans and ideas. I'm always happy to read those. I love getting comments, so comment on my comment section, on my community page, etc. I guess I'll hear from you when I hear from you. So you guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Be blessed. Shalom.